Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new season here with Invictus Racing League. It's season 22 of a shortened championship, and we've got two tiers of competitive action preceding us today and tomorrow around this wonderful Sakhir International Circuit here in Bahrain. 29 laps, 15 corners in front of us, and a slightly different commentator today than usual. Instead of Jordan, it's me, Jack TM53, covering for him tonight. Jordan, I hope everything's okay, but I'm delighted to say that the Mr. Consistency and the lead of Invictus Racing League is alongside me in the commentary box. I'm delighted to say Mikey is here with us tonight. Mikey, how you doing?
Good evening, mate. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, like you said, short season, which will lead up to Christmas, but should be quite fun. Quite a few new names, quite a few from Tier 2 that have been promoted to Tier 1. So, yeah, quite interested to see how they get on. So, yeah.
Yeah, really excited. Looking forward to the action tonight, of course. Hello to ARL in the comments and everyone else who's watching at the moment. Got a few drivers missing this evening, which is a shame, just because of various commitments that we've had a chat with the drivers about. But in any case, it's great for us to get the season underway. We are due to start in the next, minus 15 seconds, I imagine, because it's 15 seconds past the hour mark at 8 PM British Standard Time. The drivers are now readying up. And looking at it from last season, Mikey, a lot of familiar names there in terms of drivers who were battling for the championship. Of course, we've got our reigning champion of season 21, Bjorn de Boer, back with his teammates of Milo in the Aston Martin. This time they've changed teams, and you've also got Sydney there. You got Jal, who won a race last season after about 1 billion attempts for him. He was quite unlucky on a number of occasions, and a few other great drivers in there too.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, like you said, quite a few old faces from last season, quite a few from Tier 2, like the likes of the Wolf. Yeah, obviously a new contender that's joined us this evening, Milo Bella. So it's just nice to see people trying to get involved, and then just see where it goes from there, mate. So.
Yeah, I mean, for those that are watching and are wondering a little bit about Milo Bella, there's a few drivers who are in Tier 1 tonight who used to compete in another league called Gavra. Milo's making his debut tonight, which is an amazing feat considering that 15 minutes ago he hadn't actually been registered for the season. So it's nice that we've been able to bring him in. We've been having a chat over the last couple of hours today, so it's nice to have him on track. The session's due to start in less than 20 seconds time, and we will see how the drivers navigate what we're not expecting any rain, Mikey, to be honest with you, considering where we are geographically on the world. But tyre wear around here is going to be fascinating as we get things underway.
Indeed. I'll probably say a medium hard if you go for the one stop, but you never know with this game. So
it is one of those circuits, I feel, that can promote a little bit more tyre wear on F125 compared to the other circuits. JMB Surreal actually just saying Melo Bello is a legend, my old teammate. I know. That's why we got him in. And I think there's a bit of action going down in the McLaren pit box. It's not Owen coming out of the bathroom. It's coming out of the pits this time around. Little in-joke there for those who are in the Tier 1 driver's room. But we'll get everything wide open. But the first driver to start the season off on an outlap is going to be one of the Racing Bulls, and it's ARL.
Yeah, obviously still in the Racing Bulls from last season. So, but
he had a bit of a mare last season, didn't he, ARL? He got caught up in a lot of different issues, but hopefully this season, 8 rounds, should be a little bit more positive for him.
Definitely. Obviously our resident know-it-all, JPH, was giving him some kind assistance with his wheel, from what I remember. But in the later stages of the season, the performances started to come in. So,
Yeah, he
but
did get a podium last season, did ARL,
no,
very early on in the championship. So he's got to hope that he's going to have a little bit more of a turnaround. Good evening to you, Calvin. Gels also commented just to say his shin injury might not make the full race. Gel, just do your best, mate. You've got 13 drivers competing against you this evening, a little bit lower than what we were expecting from the sign-ups, but whoever crashes out, you're going to get a point. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So
But
just push.
if we could give you a participation trophy, mate, for just taking part, we
Then
would.
we'd give it to Mello Bello because he showed up 10 minutes ago. No, but I'm on board. I'm on board with ARL. Mikey, you don't mind if I take the first on board lap of the season, do you?
Oh, please help yourself.
All right, then. Here we go then with ARL towards the start-finish line to begin this lap here of the Sakir International Circuit. Blasting towards turn one. We're going to be doing over 204 miles an hour, braking just before the 100-metre marker. Down through the gears, second for the Racing Bull. A little bit of a slide on the exit of the corner. Nicely done with the commitment on the throttle. 2 and 3 sorted. DRS is wide open as he approaches turn 4. A little bit of weaving going on for the Racing Bull, trying to still get those tyres warmed up. Difficult corner turn 4, but gets over the camber quite well. 5 isn't really a corner, but 6 is really important. Got to commit over those curbs, which ARL is doing. Now he's got to go down through the gears. Don't miss your braking zone, which ARL hasn't done. And a touch of slide out of the corner, but he's doing well. Turn 9 and 10, really difficult spot to brake in here. Down into the gear of second, which he's done. Clips the apex really nicely, and he's on the DRS already. Bit of wheel spin on the exit, but no issues so far. This has been a tidy lap. Into turn 11, and again, this is a really, really nice, neat lap from the Racing Bull. Turn 12 is completely flat. The car does scrub off speed, though, as a result of the angle of that corner. And then into third gear, a little bit lower than I would have expected, but ARL preferring to get the traction and the power instantaneously down. It's one short blast towards the penultimate corner, which is here at turn 14. 15 is this tiny little kink, but in all truth, it is just one corner, in my opinion, towards the start-finish line. It's a 28.7 from the Racing Bull, and Owen is just behind, and he goes faster by 0.6 of a second. And considering that was a very, very tidy lap from the Racing Bull, that's a great opening effort for the McLaren driver.
Definitely. Obviously, 128 is that 128.8? Sorry, from the Wolf.
Yeah,
So
nice lap time, that.
quality lap in that. So who's the next one to come across? It'd be Sydney.
Yes, it will be. A long-term championship season 21 Tier 1 leader was Sydney until it just started to fall away from him in the second half of the campaign.
Yeah, I think it was Miami. It just didn't go well. Oh, well, 127.5. Yeah.
Great effort.
Wow.
It's going to be Bjorn the Bull going onto a flying lap. I'm just looking to see Typhon across the line in 5th place on a 29.2. It's going to be one of the Alpines. It'll be Denmark, of course, from Sweden, just so you're all aware in terms of his nationality. But here he comes in the Alpine.
Lovely bit of Swedish humour there.
It is a bit there. 6th place for him. And that's Milo de Boer up on the front row of the grid on a 28 flat. We've got a yellow flag, but I think it's going to be for a slow car. Steps is on the medium tyre. That's a great effort from the Steps on the medium tyre. A 28.3 on the second row of the grid. He's going to be quite quietly confident with that, because the soft tyre around here is worth about 0.8 of a second. So he's in with a shout.
I think Mile Bello is coming across the line now. So he's going to do. Okay, not bad. 1 minute 30.
Still more, yeah, more time to fire from Mello. Paul Racetech, good effort. Well, so far so good. Mello, considering he's not had any practice, has just showed up, so we'll see how he gets on. He's still got a few laps to try and get up to speed. I'm on board with Gel, who's just run deep into, I think that's turn 8.
So
yeah, it is. Go on,
just got Bjorn coming towards the start-finish line now. Let's see where our current champion is. P7, 1 minute 28.7. the distance between him and ARL is ridiculous.
Yeah, 5,000ths of a second is not
That
much in the slightest, is it?
Wow.
I was just following Milo de Boer. He's third at the moment. Don't forget, he won that race at Monaco last season. He was pretty dominant in that event. But, after that, he having a big fight to try and get hold of race victories. We'll see if he can do that again this season. Yeah.
That's the weird thing. There's people who might not have been as fast in the first half of the season, got better in the second half, and yet vice versa. Obviously, like you said, with Sydney, I think the big one was Miami, where it just went not very well. So, the new season, let's see what happens.
Wolf just nudges himself up another position in front of Bjorn de Boer. I think that's that's his second effort on those soft tyres, and he finds a couple of tenths. So he's in front of the reigning Tier 1 champion. He's in a gel Bjorn sandwich at the moment on the fourth row of the grid. But that's still an encouraging step up from the driver who was in Tier 2 last season. And I expect the Wolf to be improving as the season goes on. We were speaking with a number of drivers who competed in the final race last season, and Irun, J. Ray Bay, and a few others, and we were all chatting about the step up, and they found it to be really good fun, and they were finding themselves pushing the limits beyond what they were doing in Tier 2. So expect more time to come. Maybe not from the Wolf today, but in the coming rounds, do not rule him out, as the Steps has retired and left from the lobby.
I'll send him an invite and try and get him back in.
Oh, I wonder what has happened. I mean, if he can get back in, he's retired from the session actually, so that's it for the Steps, and he was looking very strong for
a while, to be fair.
For pole position potentially. He would have been in the. Steps has asked if he could get an invite back into the session.
Sorted.
Hello to Aku, who's in the comments there, just saying how many laps is this? 29. It's a 50% race distance here with Invictus Racing League across both Tier 1 tonight and Tier 2 tomorrow. So no matter where we go, it'll be half race distance. Of course, we've got sprint events coming up as well, but that is another story. Whilst we're waiting for drivers to come back out and set some more laps, Mikey, as the ARL has a huge snap of oversteer on the exit of turn 4. Mikey, I'm sure you'll have the calendar to hand, but it might be worth just giving the guys and girls who are watching a little bit of an overview of the season 22 calendar ahead.
Of course, yeah. It's like Christmas all over again, isn't it? So, obviously, today, tomorrow, Bahrain. Next week we'll have Barcelona, which is a fan favourite of a certain person we know. So that'll be quite interesting. Our third round will be the legendary Suzuka. And then we will have the Street of Viva Las Vegas for round 4. And we will also have a break in between that. Just a standard break week. Round 5 will be Austria. So, nice little check. One of our sprint races. I think it was, can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry. We obviously got Baku, round 6. Obviously, Monza, and then Singapore.
So Singapore to round out season 20 number 2, which will be
under the lights of the marina.
Yeah, an alternative track, and one that you could have some wet weather around, because it is quite liable on the F1 games to have a bit of rain. Just looking at everybody who's going out onto outlaps and just seeing if Bjorn de Boer's coming across the light. Yeah, he is starting a lap, and Milo's going on to one as well. So the Aston Martins are kind of in tandem, the two brothers, and of course teams champion as well, weren't they, from season 21 in the Alpine.
Yeah. Obviously levelled up to jump in the Aston Martin as defending champions. So
Yeah,
let's
not
just
yet
see if.
designed by Adrian Newey.
But they have British Racing Green, so give it 2 weeks, it'll break down. But no.
Some boy just coming into the final corner. So the only driver yet to set a legitimate lap time so far in the Ferrari, puts him inside the top 10 on 1 minute 28.792. You thought the gap before was ridiculous, Mikey. Gap between himself and Bjorn, 0.02 of a second around this circuit.
That's unreal. Just a quick one, sorry. Round 3 is Spielberg. Sorry. Round 5 is Suzuka. So I do apologise. That's on me. Obviously, our sprint races will be Spielberg and Monza. Oh, wow. What? Just 800th of a second?
Yeah. Well, Paul Racetech was putting himself near the front last season and snatched that pole that he was looking for, but can he convert it into a race? We talked about this quite a lot last season, about drivers who were quick enough to take a race victory but were just missing out for various reasons, and Racetech was one of those. So he's on provisional pole for now. I am still looking at Sydney's lap time, considering he did it earlier on, and he was saying that he'd not raced since last season. Now, I think his pace is belying that comment that he said there, to be honest with you. He's on the front row quite comfortably, because there's half a second between themselves and then Milo in third place. ARL's going on to another lap. There's a Ferrari coming.
Some boys coming in.
Yeah, just for a pit stop, so new change of tyres, that should be okay. So we're in that quiet zone now, less than 5 minutes to go. Everyone's getting themselves back into position. And going to be going for one last dash to the flag.
Is Bjorn on a lap, is he? Or
I'm just having a look. No, I don't think so. Look, no, he's definitely not. I'm just having a look at his battery charge, and it's still at 100%. So he's building up to a lap. Might be a lap to follow him round with. Hey, Mikey, why don't we? Oh, he's going into the pits. So he must have made a mistake. He's got time.
So,
he's got time to come into the pits, get the car sorted, and then go
brand new
from
set
there.
of boots and back out again.
Yeah, I mean, if he's made a mistake early on, he could get away with keeping the same tyres on and having a fresh one for the race itself. But
do you want to chance it in case there's a safety car? That's the issue, especially round here. It's so.
ARL was building onto a lap, but he pulled out of it. So Jel Geeson's now going to go onto what is going to be presumably his only remaining qualifying lap here. He's got his teammate just in front of him, so that's going to be a little bit of a slipstream for him in Sector 1. Probably... No, that's very well worked, actually. He's going to get a lovely draft up towards... And he moves right out of the way. That was Red Bull Racing teamwork. Yeah, that was at its fun. And I think Gel will do the same. He'll return the favour, won't he?
I'd imagine so, because these two are quite good when it comes to, obviously, being able to sort of read what can happen and what's best for the team, make such decision making. But I was about to say, team orders down from Christian Horner, but obviously that's not the case anymore, as we all know. But
the Wolf has had a spin just coming out of turn number 6, or rather number 8 actually. He's just had a little bit of a spin. He's getting right out of the way for, I think that's Mello Bello, but he hasn't done any damage. I think he's just lit the tyres up on the exit of 8 and it's just caused him a few grief.
But no, it's just lovely little season ahead of us. Looking forward to it. So, we've got a yellow flag. Who's that?
It's just the Ferrari slowing down, I think. Jel Geeson's coming towards the line despite his shin injury. Puts himself on the 3rd row of the grid on 28.3. You feel like he might slide a little bit further down, considering the drivers who are still yet to set a lap time. But he's doing the exact same thing now for his teammate.
Here's Milo. Okay, he's proved a little bit on that, 129. So, not a bad attempt. Probably going to go again.
If he's got any tyre wear left, he probably could. But that's still not a bad effort, considering he wasn't expecting this race to happen 25 minutes ago. But there he is.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I've noticed a few people struggle to get out the left hairpin.
Yeah.
Like wheel spinning there.
So you mean turn 8 in the middle sector?
Yes, because I can't remember all the car numbers. So I'm not great at that.
So where the Wolf is now, are you talking about this corner or are you talking about turn 10?
Turn 10 it'll be.
So this corner here?
Yes.
Spot on. It is a different... Yeah, and Wolf was a little bit understeer, a little bit of oversteer, like you were saying, Mikey. It's a good spot, that.
Could be a bit of a tyre killer. So, no, he's abandoned the lap.
Sydney hasn't, no. He's coming towards the start-finish line. This is looking like he's going to take provisional pole here. And he does.
By 2 tenths. But Paul's still on track.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them now. Bjorn de Boer and Milo going across the start-finish line. So they're setting their laps. Just looking to see... No, Milo Bello is done for the session. He's not going to go any quicker. Typhon is on a lap. He is improving. Wolf is done. He's in the pits. So they've checkered flags out. And all those drivers now that are on circuit, this is it for them. And Paul Racetech, Mike, he's going to be the first one to set that lap time. Can he respond to the Red Bull?
It looks positive, but I suppose we'll tell in the next 3 corners.
And he's just gone fastest of all in the middle sector. He's 2.5 tenths up. This has got him on track for pole position, which is what he's striving for. As he comes into the final corner, can he do it?
Can he start the season off on pole? Can he do it? And he can. 400ths of a second.
Great effort from the McLaren. What about his teammate? Gets right up there. There's a Ferrari coming as well, but Typhon does not improve. So we'll start in 13th place. Next car to come along is going to be Denmark, but he's had a moment somewhere on the lap. He's pulled out of the way. Bjorn is flying at the moment, but I don't know what his lap time is going to be in relation to the front 3 drivers.
Well, here's some boy. He's come down. He's got 2 more corners to go. Well, a quarter and a half. But
Milo and Bjorn put themselves in 3rd and 5th. IRL up to 6th place, and then go on, Mikey.
Into 9th. Pushing the Wolf down into 10th. And in theory, that should be us completed for the qualifying for this evening.
Yeah, that will be the case. So, well done to Paul Racetech, taking his first pole position and the first entire pole position of season 22 with a great effort. And then you've got those two. I mean, him and Sydney are kind of in their own little planet because they're half a second clear of the next quartet. We'll go through the times and everything at the moment, but Gel's saying, didn't expect this, hope all goes well. Me too. Mikey, would you like to run through the drivers' qualifying standards?
Yep, obviously on the front row we've got both Paul and Sydney. Row 2 we've got Milo and Owen. Row 3 Bjorn and ARL. Row 4 Jelgisen and the Steps. Row 5 the Sunboy and Wolf. Row 6 Denmark and Milo. And on row 7 on his own, Typhon. Well, I've just noticed as well, the Steps actually set that lap on mediums.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. He's certainly got, ample opportunity to improve on his grid position, but he didn't get the opportunity to do so. Apparently, he actually managed to kick his own cable out of his Ethernet connection. That's why he disconnected. So
That takes some willpower, that way.
I don't know if it was intentional, but maybe he was furious.
Sparta kicked his own Ethernet cable. Love it. Right, so just give the drivers a few minutes just to get the setups and obviously any bit of strategy calls sorted. So,
What would you start on, Mikey, in terms of your tyre wear? What would your strategy be? Would you start mediums or would you start on hards, or dare I say it, would you go for the softs?
I'd actually go for the hard compound.
Okay.
Actually, no.
I mean,
Say
you
if
give
we've
us you
passed
tell us what you're
P7.
going to do so that I can then commentate on you tomorrow.
Yeah, P7. If I'm lower than. Well, okay, so we've got about 18, 19 drivers. So if I'm below P13, 14, I'll be on hard tyres. Anything above that, I'll be on medium to start. Because I think with Bahrain, you need to come out swinging. Try and build that advantage as much as you can. Because people are going to be scrapping. Especially around turn 1, 2, bit into 3 and 4. If you can sort of stay out of all the issues, in theory, you should be okay.
Yeah.
But the luck I've got with this game, I'll be surprised if I get that far. So probably go hard medium. If there's a safety car, probably go soft, but that would have to be in the last 6, 7 laps. So.
What would you, in term? Obviously, I'm just for your own benefit, Mikey. I think the drivers probably need to know what time they're going to be starting up, so I'll let you put a little comment in for them. But I am looking forward to this action tonight. Paul Racetech is saying he thinks it's already over. He said give it a couple of laps and he feels like he might end up sliding backwards. But I think his pace is strong. I mean, even if he can't keep up with Sydney, he's still got half a second to the drivers who didn't qualify in the top two. You know, he was half a second clear of the Aston Martin in third place. So I certainly don't think he is going to struggle, but maybe he knows different. Maybe his setup's slightly different.
Obviously, great bit of support network for his teammate there. But no, it's a hard one to gauge Bahrain, in my opinion, for setups. But it's not really a track I've been great at setups on. So, be quite interested to see. But the drivers have been made aware we're going to go at 28 minutes past 8 UK time. So.
Well, the good news is that Bjorn is back, yeah, considering he was saying that he needed to disappear out a little bit. And you know, for Bjorn, he's got a championship to try and defend. He's not starting from the first two rows of the grid, so he's going to have to fight his way through the pack. But he's a driver who's able to do that. We've seen it in season 21. We saw the number of great battles that he had with a number of drivers. So let's see if Bjorn can pull off some shaped overtakes, is how I'm going to describe it. And we are ready for action.
Obviously, the drivers have been given the call. Oh, there's the countdown.
Have you got a countdown, have you, Mike?
Well, I hear the beep and that's it.
Ah, okay.
So, and there we go. Formation lap to start us off. Have you got any hints or tips for our drivers if they're listening, Jeff?
Well, I was just about to talk about the tyre strategy, actually, to be honest with you, because that would probably be where my first tip would come from. And I'm looking at the top 6. They're all running the mediums. Gel's on the softs, as is the Wolf and Mellow Bellow. The Steps is on mediums. Sunboy and Denmark are on the hards. And Typhon's on the mediums. I think the best strategy call in this race is I would still start on the medium tyres, even if I was running in 12th or 13th place. I think if you're really lower down, and it probably is worth gambling on the hard tyre, but I think with the way that this circuit is and the tyre wear can be quite abrasive around here, I would just say for anybody who's in a DRS train to try and do an undercut, I think, because you're just going to lose too much time.
It's a bit like Qatar in that case, though, isn't it? As well as Jeddah. When it comes to obviously tyre wear and especially.
Oh, there's a Ferrari in the wall. That's Sunboy. He's broken his front wing. I've just seen it in the yeah. He's just in the background. He's just getting back to his position, but no, the wing has now literally reinserted itself. That was the weirdest thing, Mikey. Coming out of turn number 10, I just saw the Ferrari for some reason spearing into the wall. Don't know if he had contact with anybody, but that was bizarre.
Just pirouetted, or
I'm not quite sure. I saw the Ferrari just dart across the circuit. It was very strange.
But here we go. Paul lining up, coming towards the his box position for our first race of the season, 22.
Yeah. And it's important for Paul to get this lined up quite nicely, which he should do, which he does. He's on his marks really nicely. Sydney there as well. Everyone looking like they're doing okay as Gel slides into position.
We're all in position. Typhon is there at the back. And there we go. It's over to you, mate.
Well, season 22 is about to get underway here. We got the 5 red lights here at Bahrain. And the race is live here at the Sakhir International Circuit. It's a good start from Sydney, but the wheel spin from him in the second phase has cost him, and it's going to put Milo De Boer along the outside. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 1, and Sydney hits the back of the Aston Martin. He's going to be a little bit twitchy. He's all over the shop. He's dropping down through the field. Even more so, he's dropped all the way down to 6th place. A nightmare start for the man in 2nd place on the grid as Owen goes down the inside of Milo De Boer. Can they make this a McLaren 1-2?
With the back there.
Yeah, the Mercedes has gone round. The Wolf is facing the wrong way, but Owen has got up to 2nd place. What a start for McLaren. And that's the Steps going around the outside at turn number 8. I mean, I've not seen a move done around there, but he's got the traction. He's alongside Milo De Boer, and I think the Steps is going to go through. There's no 2 wide through here, and the Alpine moves up into 3rd place. And one of the Red Bulls, that is Sydney going wide. Mikey, over to you.
Lovely, just a little switch there. Take the outside line into the inside. Just make him work to try to hang on. But that was a good move by the Steps there, to be fair. But so far, so good. Nothing major from what I can see. Obviously, I was watching from the back, but
yeah, the Wolf had contact, but then I think got on the throttle to try and get on the power and spun round. I don't think he's got any damage, but unfortunately he's 16 seconds off the back group because everybody else is all together. But it's a McLaren 1-2, a dream start for Zach Brown and the Woken Base squad. But it's Paul Racetech who leads the way in 1st and 2nd, but Gel's going for it. He's got those soft tyres. He needs to make use of them. He's going to slide down the inside. Almost makes contact with the rear end of the Alpine. Oh, and another snap of oversteer, and Bjorn gets held up as a result. Go on, Mike.
Obviously, not much of a bad start, to be fair, for Bjorn, but I think he was going for a bit of a move into turn 1, and obviously his just line got compromised. Obviously, with the LB in there. But obviously, good 28 laps to go. So
still a long way. And of course, the drag reduction system is already activated on lap 2. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen. So the drivers, if they do get into those DRS trains, it's going to be more challenging for them to overtake.
They've got to be careful now as well because Milo's now over the threshold. Obviously, Steps and Owen are still within that period to Paul.
Gel's going through. That's a really brave overtake into the left-hander at 11. You don't normally see overtakes side by side through there, but the Red Bull moves up. Well, this is compromising them on time here because they've already got 2 seconds to the steps. And Gel, I think, got out of the throttle there to try and get the... It's going to be 3 wide almost down the back straight. There's contact between the Red Bull and the Aston Martin as they try and go through the final corner together. The Red Bull's off the road and Sydney goes through as well. It's all become a little bit of a mess, Mike.
But obviously, it's a dream start, to be fair, for Paul and Owen. Get up the road, try and get some distance between us, and obviously make them fight. But
the Ball brothers were side by side. They're trying to work together to stop everybody going past them, but it's proven to be an absolute nightmare. Here comes the Red Bull of Sydney, and Milo de Boer is there. Oh, and Sydney locks a wheel, almost hits the back of Bjorn instead. We're on board of ARL, who's trying to shadow all this.
Milo's going to go through. Bit of contact there between Yell and IRL. Milo's going to try and go around the outside.
Yeah, Mello's going to have the traction. And he's on the curb. He's really pushing hard, is Mello. But he's going to have the inside line for this turn 9 and 10. But Gel gets the braking all wrong. And
there's contact there.
Yeah.
So obviously, I was in the air, like 2 miles away from the thing. So,
well, that was frantic.
To the steps.
Yeah, so the front 3 are in a planet of their own. And, well, 2 of them are looking for their first win in, well, Paul's won races many, many moons and years ago, but certainly in this...
What, in RL?
Yeah, certainly in this new era of Invictus Racing League. And I say new era, I mean in the last 2 years at least. He's not won one. Owen's been a while, but the Steps is looking for his first ever victory, and he's up to second. He's absolutely blasted past the McLaren. And somewhere back in Viry, all the way in France, the Alpine team are wondering, why can't we have this pace in the F1 25 actual season?
No comment.
Mello Bello gets overtaken by Typhon for 10th place.
No. Question, obviously, you come up before with the tyre strap recommendations.
Yeah.
If you started on the soft, probably say go to lap 11, 12. You won't get that on the soft. About lap 8, then move over at lap 18. Even for the last 12 laps.
Is that saying a 2-stop?
Yeah, if you started on the soft, that's their recommendation.